God is working, so I smile. Even though I've been here for a while, I smile, I smile. So good day, beautiful people. Indeed, we smile. Doesn't matter what we go through, we just smile. Amen. Well, this is myself, Nikki, on the Midday Talk, and it's indeed a blessing to be with you again. Yes, it is that show where we talk to businessmen and women. We talk to entrepreneurs, movers, and shakers of Gqeberha and Port Elizabeth and South Africa as a whole. So it's always an honor and a privilege, for me to speak to amazing men, amazing women, who wasn't scared or isn't scared to go out there and just do, what their hearts desires. So yes, indeed, today I have another amazing gentleman with me. He goes by the name of Kofi Anderson. Good day, sir.
Good day.
Good day. And okay, it's coffee.
Yep.
I just heard that it's Kofi Anderson. Good day, sir. How are you?
I'm great, and you?
I'm very well. Yes, it is indeed an honor to have you with us today. We believe that everyone who comes here is just a privilege and an honor to hear about your journey and where you've been and how far you've come. So yes, it's indeed an honor. So today we have Kofi Anderson of Bay IT Services. Is that correct? Bay
Thank
IT
you.
Services?
Yeah, it's Bay IT Services.
Yes. Okay, I'm just going to read his bio quickly. So, Mr. Kofi Anderson is the manager of Bay IT Services, which was started by his daughter, Sbulele Anderson. He migrated to SA over 20 years ago and has been running various businesses, which he started from scratch, which includes fiction shoes, hair cutting, coffin manufacturing, and exporting, and finally a graphic designing and branding company. So Bay IT Services, they specialize in business branding, graphic designing, t-shirt printing, web designing, and business registration.
And laptop repairs.
Laptop repairs as well. So yes, it's like I spoke to my fellow colleague, if I can put it like that, that he said, like, if you go in there, it's like a business hub. So everything you'll find there, if you go to your business, you'll find everything right there that you need. So that's amazing. But first, before we speak about all the businesses and everything that you the services that you render, let's first speak about Mr. Kofi. Let's just first hear a bit of background about Mr. Kofi Anderson.
Okay. Thank you for having me, and good afternoon to all the listeners. My name is Kofi Anderson, and I'm originally from Ghana. I've been in South Africa for close to 24 years now. It has not been an easy journey. Before I came here, I actually had been beaten by the adventure bug. So I packed my things, left Ghana, said I was coming to South Africa. For what reason, I don't know. And I had to come by road. Sometimes when I say it, people get surprised. How do you come all the way by road? Well, I have an attitude of a postage stamp. Hey. Once you put me on an envelope, until I arrive at the destination, I never quit. Amen. And then most of these days, my slogan is "Ants never quit." Amen. So that is Kofi Anderson.
Yes. Wow. Amen. Wow, that's amazing. And then, so you've been in business for 20 years. For 20 years, first your daughter started the business?
Now, I've been, when I first got into South Africa, I started as a cobbler. I was fixing shoes in Johannesburg. I actually learned how to do that here in South Africa. I didn't know how to fix shoes. But then when I got here, I knew I had to survive. So what came in handy was to learn how to fix shoes. So I did that for about 2 years and then moved from Johannesburg to Port Elizabeth. And I've been here ever since. When I got here into Port Elizabeth, I learned how to cut hair. Because with fixing shoes, I was doing it on the street. So it became very difficult where to keep the shoes for the customers. So now I decided to do something where you can't say, keep my head for me, I'll come back later on and pay you. So I learned how to cut hair. And it looks like it was better than the shoe repairs.
Yes.
So from there I also learned how to do for the ladies also. So I used to do for hair for the men and the women.
Wow.
Which I still occasionally do when I go to visit the salon.
Yeah, so you cut like hairstyles for ladies.
Yeah.
Wow.
But not these days. These days, it's been a while I've not been doing it, so I specialize in cheese cup.
Okay.
At least with cheese cup, you don't need a style. So that's what I do. And then from there, I moved to KwaZulu Natal, to precisely Umlazi. I stayed there for some time. I was also cutting hair there. And then I decided to venture into coffin and casket manufacturing. I got it wrong. I didn't do a proper market research. So I thought it was done the same way here as it was done in West Africa, or Ghana to be precise. So I lost. Now, instead of sitting down and singing Hack My Soul and waiting for some for manna to fall from the skies, what I did was I applied the knowledge I gained from the coffin manufacturing and casket manufacturing business. I started an exporting business, selling funeral requisites to other parts of Africa.
Wow.
Yeah. And then from there, I came back to Port Elizabeth and started a computer repair shop and a whole lot of them. And then eventually I decided to give up and then handed over to my daughter.
Okay.
But she's also at school now, so her time to be at the business is very limited. So most of the time I find myself going back to the business.
Okay. Let's just talk about the business, that's the reason why you are here today. So let's talk about Bay IT Services. The establishing of the business, when you established the business and what made you, to go into this field, because you have been into many fields, so what specifically, made you go into this IT services?
Sometimes you have to follow the trend. You don't, in my case, I didn't have much of the skills that is needed, but I looked for people who had the skills and then we worked together.
Okay.
After some time, for the past few years, I wanted to call it quits and then look at something else, something different or another interest. So I told my daughter, why don't you come and then start something? So that is how Bay IT started. I spoke to my daughter. She also had an interest in it. So that is how it started.
Wow, that is amazing. So your daughter, has been there to guide and to just advise about
No,
especially when she's young?
I've been doing the advising.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So I'm sort of at the back, and then
And
I
she's
tell
in
her,
the front.
go this direction, don't go here, do this, don't do that.
Okay.
But because of school, she's now at school, so she's not been having the time to come there most of the time. But the business is still going on.
The business is still going on. Can you just tell us about, the challenges that you have experienced when starting the business?
Like any other business, or any other entrepreneur is going to tell you, business is not a walk in the park. Sometimes when people talk, they say, "No, why don't you start your own business?" It's not easy at all, because when you are working, you are assured of money coming in at the end of the month. But when you are the one doing the paying, it becomes another problem, because sometimes you don't even know where the money is going to come from. At certain times of the year or certain times of the month, you find out that you're not even able to meet up the expenses to cover whatever you have to pay. But you must always keep hope alive.
Amen. Talking about challenges, we like there is a rainbow,
Yeah.
at the end of every, So can we talk about the highlights? The highlights of your journey so far.
Well, I'm always excited to be alive because it's with these COVID around and what have you. It's always you count every day as a blessing. Yeah. So personally, for the business not to have closed in the midst of all these, because you rely on people to be able to make money.
Yes.
And it's been a tough one, but thank God we're still opened. We're still providing the services. So for people who like to have their businesses branded, or they want some logos, or they want some business cards done for them, they can get in touch. We're still on it.
Definitely. Talking about that, that was my next, the next question that I want you to speak about actually. The business, it consists of branding, graphics, t-shirts. So do we find everything in one building?
Yeah. It's actually a small place, and sometimes people get in there and they underestimate what we do. Or they are always taken aback when we tell them they want something and we tell them we can do it for them. And I'm being there with some very good people who've been through thick and thin. And yeah. So when you come there, if you want your laptop serviced for you,
you go there.
You come there. If you want a t-shirt printed, you come there. If you want a logo designed for you, anything to do with graphic designing. Wow. And I can say we are about the most affordable graphic designing business here in PE. And we are not limited by where we are, by location.
Definitely.
So if you're listening to us from East London, or you're listening to us from Johannesburg, and you want something designed for you, get in touch with us. We'll definitely do that for you.
Wow, amazing. So when someone out of town wants to, make use of your services, do you courier? How do you go about doing that?
With the designing, most of it, we do, you don't have to meet the person. They send you the information that they want. Let's say we're starting a business, we want a logo, a business card, and all that comes with it, letterhead and email signature, everything. You just send us the information, we design it. Because there are times when you get people contacting you, do it for us, and then you don't hear from them again. We normally request a 50% deposit, sort of commitment from the client. So we design design it, and then we send it to you. And then you check and see whether everything is to your standard or to your expectation. Then we remove all the sample marks that we put across it,
Okay.
and then we forward it to you. So you don't need to come to us personally.
Wow, that is actually amazing. So, what happens is you don't have to like physically
No, you don't have to.
be there.
Even if you want some T-shirts printed for you, we can print them and then courier it to you. That is not a problem. Or some business cards, we can do it. Flyers, we can anything that you want, we can do it and courier it to you wherever you are.
And can you just tell us like some of the businesses, around PE, and some of the highlights, some of the businesses that came to you, that you now say like, wow, people look at my business as being in this environment, but yeah,
We most of the time work with small businesses.
Okay.
And well, I don't know if because I'm coming here this morning or what. We got an email from one of the big designing companies here in PE requesting for a quotation from us, which is a very good sign.
Amen.
Yeah.
Amen.
And what we're doing now too, we're trying to upload a lot of designs for others to have a look at what we do. So for now, we're keeping our fingers crossed and hope in the few coming months will be a business to reckon with when it comes to graphic designing and branding and stuff like that.
Amen. Definitely,
Yes,
definitely. It's not about the size of a business. It's about the excellence of a business. So your excellence will speak for yourself. And I'm sure that person that contacted you also saw your work. That's why. So yes, definitely, we know that God is in control of whatever the steps you are ordered by Him.
It's all about not giving up.
Amen.
Definitely,
Yes.
definitely.
Yes.
And keeping hope alive.
Yes.
Most definitely.
Yes.
And just by you sitting here is a testimony that if you do not give up, amazing things can happen. Because you have numerous amount of experience that you've gained through the years, and I'm sure that you have a lot to share, with others as well. So those workers that you train them, and so the business grows and they can start their own businesses and all of that.
And then what we're trying to do with the high rate of unemployment and stuff like that, we're trying to organize, should I say, workshops or training for people who would like to also go into like T-shirt printing or mug pressing and stuff like that, so that they can also at least be able to have a skill, especially if you've been retrenched, or if you're thinking of going on a pension or stuff like that, and you don't know what to do. When you come, we can train you so that you can also start your own small business. And with the internet, you will not be limited by location. So that is one of the plans that we have. We actually sent out some flyers on the internet. So we're looking forward to people listening and would like to know more about T-shirt printing. They can contact us.
Definitely. We'll come to that in a bit, where you will give your contact details about the business. But first, I want to ask this question. What would you say? There's a lot of branding companies out there. There's a lot of IT businesses. But what would you say makes you unique and makes you stand out from the rest?
First of all, people, most of the clients that we get is through word of mouth. Because I've known people for over 10 years that I've been providing services for, and then when they come, they say, "No, we were referred to you by XYZ and stuff like that," which is something that you can't buy.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. So it is the approach that we have towards the customers. Yesterday we had a client in there and said, "No, I intentionally asked, how do you find this place? because there are bigger companies. He said,
Yes.
no, the person told me specifically to come to this shop,
Wow.
not to any other place. So I think that is a plus for us.
Most definitely.
Yeah,
Most
and then we try as much to do whatever the customer wants. When we don't have the skill, I don't hesitate to tell them, sorry, we can't help you. And then I'll refer the person to someone who has the skill.
Yes.
So we mustn't be greedy. If
Definitely not.
if you don't know it, you don't know it.
You don't
refer
know.
to someone who knows it.
Yes.
So I think that honesty on the part of what we do there is also the reason why I can say we are a good company to deal with.
Definitely. It's all about integrity at the end of the day.
Integrity.
Because you can't give something that you yourself won't be pleased with.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that speaks volumes right there. You know, that is actually what makes your business to grow at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Because just before the interview, I spoke to someone, or someone spoke to me, and he said like, you know, I make use, you know, I made use for my business. Yes, so yeah, and it speaks of excellence, you know, the work that you do. Yes, so indeed, we are all about entrepreneurs. We are all about integrity, and we want to put you out there and say that, listen here, it's not about the size of my business, but it's what I can offer you. Yes, that is what ultimately, you know, makes the difference. So can you just tell us where are you situated if we want to go to your business right now? Because me, for myself, if I am in need, I will definitely make use of your business. So let me just tell the listeners and the viewers where are you situated and we can get hold of you.
Okay. We are situated at 374 Govanbeki Avenue. That is not far from Albany Road. When you coming down Cape Road, when you get into Albany Road, you turn left. It's, I think, about the third or fourth shop from the robot. Or another landmark is P Leather.
Okay.
Yeah, also not far from there. So once you are around that neighborhood, it's easy to locate us.
Okay. And can you just give us your contact details as well?
Okay. When it comes to email, it's contact at bayits.co.za. And then the phone numbers is 081 469 4994.
Okay, so it's 081 694
469
469
4994.
4994. Okay, and that is the two ways we can get hold of you.
Yes.
Definitely. Yes. So one last thing is the word of encouragement, you know. Here we have the tradition where we want to encourage people to start their own businesses, you know, especially in the economy that we live in today, you know, the world that we live in today. So if you please can give us a last few words of encouragement for our listeners and our viewers.
Starting your own business is very good. But do you have the tenacity? Do you have the grit? Do you have the discipline? Sometimes you don't have to sleep. Sometimes you have to forgo your meal. Sometimes you have to take into consideration certain skills that they don't teach you at school. And then also what are some of the things that you need to acquire that you can't buy with money. And earlier on we were talking about integrity. How do you respect people's time?
Sure.
somewhere in the good book it says a good name is better than riches.
Amen.
So sometimes
Amen.
when you are able to provide what the customers need, that alone is sufficient to keep you going. It's not a walk in the park whereby you say, I want to be an entrepreneur and just go for going sake. There are people who have invested millions into businesses that have gone belly up because they don't have some of these skills, like respect for other people. The customer walks into your premises and you think you are doing the customer good by a favor by coming to your shop. The way manner we talk to our customers and stuff like that. These are some of the factors that you have to consider if you really want to start a business. Having the skill is not enough.
Sure.
I think
Yeah.
these few words.
Yes. I'm listening, yeah, words of wisdom.
Amen.
To the words of wisdom. Thank you very much, sir, for sharing, because we know that it is experience talking. It's not just anyone talking now. We are hearing from someone who has the experience, the expertise when it comes to
You
business.
fall, you rise. You fall, you rise. Don't be happy when you fall.
Hey.
And make it a resting place.
Hey.
You must always look at the ultimate goal. What made you start whatever you are doing?
Yes.
For you to say everything will be smooth without obstacles, it's a lie. Sometimes you go 5 years, 10 years, still struggling until that day when the good Lord opens the channel for you. Yeah, so we must all keep hope alive, and as ants, we must never quit.
Amen. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Thank you very much, sir, for coming and sharing, those words of wisdom. This whole session, it felt like a moment, a wisdom session.
Yes.
Where we can just take from the well of wisdom for our businesses. When you're an entrepreneur, you listen, to men who has seen it all, who has fallen and risen. It's just not child's play. Yeah. So thank you very much. We honor you for coming to us today, to Agape FM, and just sharing about your business, and what you have been through, the struggles, but as well as the victories along the way. So thank you very much, and we appreciate. May God just richly bless you. And we believe that call that you received, or that email that you received, is just for better things to come. So may the Lord bless you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you too for having me.
Thank you.
Hallelujah.